Babuluo asks Masha if she is absolutely sure that another legendary sovereign-class bloodline has actually been born into the universe. Masha confidently nods, explaining that since the news came directly from the Hunting Star Weekly, it must be true, though she points out that it is currently only showing the initial signs of a sovereign-class power. She compares this developing strength to a tiny seedling, but admits that even a small sprout of that legendary caliber is already like a towering giant compared to immortal-level fighters like them. Seeing her father fall into a tense, heavy silence, Masha grows curious and asks him if he is actually worried about their incredibly powerful companion, Lu Sheng. Babuluo quickly shakes his head, insisting that he isn't worried about Lu Sheng at all and was just reminded of an entirely different matter. Lost in his thoughts, the veteran warrior reflects on how the rise of a new galactic king always brings about the tragic decline and eventual fall of the old ruler. As he watches Lu Sheng's departing figure walk away, he is suddenly hit by a terrifying realization of what this changing of the guard could actually mean for the future. Meanwhile, Lu Sheng arrives at the massive recreation deck of their new luxury spaceship, the Meteor, and discovers that this zone is even larger than the rooms on their previous flagship. This incredible leisure sector is divided into 16 different biomes, offering everything from vast oceans and thick forests to sweeping deserts and entire cities. What makes it even more amazing is that these are not cheap holographic projections, but fully realized, physical environments built right inside the massive ship. Standing on a real, rocky shoreline, Lu Sheng decides it is finally time to test his fancy new hyper-frequency communicator and try contacting his family back home. The premium device quickly establishes a real-time, panoramic connection, displaying a beautiful holographic feed of his pregnant wife, Snowy, sleeping peacefully in bed, which leaves him deeply impressed by how powerful the technology is. Swiping through the projection to look around, he scans the area until he spots his mother, Jung Yufan, sitting in the living room of a nearby villa and casually chatting with a group of women. He finds the sight quite amusing because, despite looking like young and beautiful girls, they still carry the unmistakable, comforting vibe of middle-aged neighborhood aunties. He chuckles softly to himself, realizing these must be his mother's close friends who have clearly used high-end gene optimization fluid to regain their youthful appearance. Swiping the screen once more to check on the rest of his family, he finds his father and sister out in a sunny park, focused on practicing their martial arts forms with a local group. Seeing them all healthy and enjoying their peaceful lives, Lu Sheng smiles warmly and turns off the connection, deciding that just knowing they are happy is more than enough without disrupting their day. With his mind now completely at ease, he turns his focus back to his training, remembering the 20 premium Tier 3 star cores that Zai Yangshan recently gave him. Opening the exquisite golden box to reveal the blazing cosmic energy inside, he decides it is finally time to use these massive resources to push for his breakthrough to level 13. He casually draws the star core's raw energy directly into his mouth and lets the empty golden box drop to the floor, gladly absorbing the massive power-up and noting that this is much better. As he absorbs the heavy surge of energy, his immortal cell count rapidly climbs past the incredible 100 million mark, though he is surprised to find that his body still has not reached its limit. Realizing the first wave of energy is already gone, he quickly takes out 3 more star cores to devour, quietly complaining that even this massive hoard of resources is still not enough. Suddenly, his body begins to glow with a strange, brilliant light, making him wonder if he is actually in the middle of forming a legendary law body. However, he quickly corrects himself upon realizing that his supreme immortal martial sovereign body is actually developing a specialized law body, which is an elite physical state usually reserved for peak level 14 powerhouses. As his glowing form slowly stabilizes, he notes that even though he has only formed the outermost layer of this law body, it is already more than enough to massively boost his defense. He smiles confidently, realizing that even if the terrifying level 14 master from his simulated dream battles tried to attack him now, it would take multiple direct hits to bring him down, meaning he is no longer just a helpless target for others to crush. Wanting to speed up the process, Lu Sheng opens 5 golden boxes at the exact same time and lets the star cores merge directly into his body. Instantly, a massive, terrifying sphere of brilliant blue energy completely swallows him, signaling a massive and sudden surge in his cultivation level. At the same time, back on the Star Spirit flower ship, a deeply anxious Zai Yangshan paces the observation deck, fully aware that she has just taken the biggest gamble of her life by secretly taking family resources far beyond her authority to fund Lu Sheng. Her stress is building because she knows that if the strict elders on the family council find out about her actions, she will face severe and merciless punishment. Even so, she tries to calm her nerves, believing that once the elders realize she invested those resources in the most talented martial arts prodigy they have ever seen, they will actually reward her instead of punishing her. Her tense thoughts are suddenly shattered when a crew member contacts her, reporting an urgent message from the Hunting Bow Chamber of Commerce and warning her that the family council demands an immediate meeting. Breaking into a cold sweat, Zi Yongchen desperately tries to hide her panic as she orders the crew member to patch the call through. The screen flashes to life, revealing the grim, imposing projection of the chamber elder, who coldly looks at her and asks if she has any idea what kind of massive mess she has just created.